No, hold up. Yo, it's us again. It's a crossover finals chat, the last one of the year on basketball. So I'm rocking out with Amina and Matt. We're here to talk finals. We're here to get the realest and hottest sports take in the media industry right here, right now, unbiased and objective. So let's go. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, guys. Start. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, it's me, it's Matt, and I'm happy as a clam. And you know why? I want to tear every stinking LeBron fan to shreds. Thank you.
Go ahead. I think he's done.
This is Amina. I'm the happiest fan ever. The finals they ended mad early. Everybody said it was go to seven. Not. God has better plans.
So let's start there, y'all. That's where we start in the finals. Obviously, this is the NBA finals chat. So let's start there, man. Game five. Now I wasn't able to watch all because I was out and about covering the electronics industry for my employer. So because of Z3 this week, for those of you that love gaming and care about that kind of stuff. So I missed it and didn't catch it until the second half. But from what I saw, it looked good for Warriors kids, and the Cavaliers were being competitive. But I'm gonna turn it over to the people who watched it wire to wire. Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead with your take. Let's start with Cleveland since they lost. What did Cleveland do or not do for you? Go ahead, Matt.
Actually, believe it or not, with Cleveland, in the first half they had a lead. They had the lead in the first half. It's the it's and the second quarter. I thought they were down. I forgot. I think as many as 13. I can't remember the exact number, but they were down. And Golden State got on the run. They got
Yes,
on
they
the
did.
run.
Around
They won.
halftime.
Yeah. And, but the one takeaway I saw from that game, again, the referees got in the way. The,
Hmm.
the referees got up in the way, particularly in the first half. Trying to, I mean, when I watched the game, it was a love fest for the referees. It was an actual love fest, and it made me sick in my stomach. Made my insides crawl. But you know, to me, Cleveland controlled the game. You had KD with two fouls. You had um, Thompson. He had two fouls early. That was more. I think Cleveland took advantage of that early. However, how don't this is what happens when you don't put the pedal to the metal, and that's what Cleveland did. They did not floor it to the second half. They can, this, to me, I'm about to watch the game again, but to me, first half should have been all Cleveland, but Golden State just plugged away with their defense.
All you, Amina.
Well, like you said, I got really nervous the first quarter. Definitely, I got nervous, and about half of the second quarter, I got nervous. But something happened. I seriously think it was God, and that game got really turned upside down as we was going to halftime. It's like the Warriors kind of took over the game. It's like the Cavaliers they just gave up. And halftime the score was 71-60, and that's when I knew we was gonna win the game. I knew we was gonna win the game at halftime. It was like inevitable. Like I felt it. I said we're gonna win this game. We're not gonna lose at home. It's gonna be over till be done. It will not be 6 or 7 games. And it wound up happening. Like um Cleveland, it's no team like the last show we had. It's more like an individual fest. You have LeBron James versus the Cavaliers versus the Warriors when they play. He's like a team of his own. His teammates, they don't cooperate with him. There's no group effort. There's no participation. Warriors, on the other hand, they had participation. I mean, Steph and KD, they were out there out for blood last night. I was like, whoa. Like every few minutes, like they kept scoring all these points, and I'm like, damn. Yeah, so the game was basically over after halftime. Like they could have ended it early, and we still would have won. It was that crazy. This year was our redemption year. I knew it from the beginning when the first day of preseason started on October 1st. I said, this year's our redemption year. Ain't nothing getting in our way. Ain't nothing bad gonna happen to us. We will be all right. Sure, we had some bumps and bruises with KD getting injured, but they got better. And our redemption year came, and it's here. And we sent Cavs back home. Losers.
Look. If you talk about look, you talk about redemption year. Shoot,
It was our redemption year this year. I said first day of preseason on October 1st of last year, we're going to win this year. We're not going to lose back-to-back championships. That just does not happen. We don't lose back-to-back anything if you check our record, at least for the last 3 years. This was our redemption year. It was nothing could stop us, nothing could get in our way, and we was out for blood. We got the best record in the league for the 3rd year in a row, going on 4th coming up.
Look, my thing is simply this: even though those stupid Pittsburgh Penguins won the Stanley Cup Finals, that boiled my blood. Okay, I'll take this one. Okay, I'll admit it. I'll take this one. But I don't want to see. I don't want to see the Cleveland Indians in the World Series. I don't.
Me neither.
I don't. I mean, talking about redemption. Shoot, yeah. Pittsburgh got their Stanley Cup again. Mr. Tom Brady told Roger Goodell to go screw yourself. I mean, yeah, this redemption story. I don't want to see the Cleveland Indians in the World Series. No. It's not going to happen anyway, so no. Just no.
What's Cleveland's record? The Indians.
I'll check. Give me a minute.
Anyway, so here's my hot take as far as the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? You can't be 3-5 and be the GOAT. I said it on my Facebook and Twitter.
I saw it.
My Twitter didn't explode, but my Facebook did. And I had all these bronze sexuals. My apologies to the in the LGBTQ community, but that's what we're calling them now, bronze sexuals.
Yo, I can't do
it.
That's too funny.
I apologize, but I've had people, and hopefully we'll get some of these people on the podcast on Friday. But I've had people come to me and tell me that it's better to lose. It's worse to lose in the conference final than it is to lose in the finals. I was respectful, but in my mind, I was questioning their history in athletics, because any coach worth their salt will tell you want to win a championship. You don't want to get to the conference finals and lose and end up being in 3rd or 4th place.
Oh, just to let you know, the Cleveland Indians are second in the wild card right now. They're holding the 2nd spot, They're tied with Tampa Bay.
Okay. And you had all that, and like I said, I didn't see the first half, but I did see. Well, this is what happens. I've heard people try to argue with me that the Warriors will work better without Steph Curry, and I'm here to tell you
No, they
But
won't.
after yesterday's finals, I'm gonna tell you this: the reason why all that works, the reason why Durant can be Durant, Clay can be Clay, and they can handle Draymond Green, is because of Steph Curry and his silent leadership and what he brings to the team. Now, some people will say, "Oh my God, there's no such thing as silent leaders." Well, I'm here to tell you that that's what Steph Curry is.
Oh shit! I forgot to turn it off.
Now,
I thought
look
I turned it
who,
off.
look who, look who Kevin Durant hugged right after he hugged his mom. Right? You know who he hugged? Steph Curry. He didn't go for Draymond. He didn't go for Clay. Where did he go? Steph Curry. That's the leader of this team, whether y'all know it or not. Steph Curry.
He's the face of the
That
team.
that was the man who I kept hearing Bron sexuals and Kyrie sexuals tell me Kyrie's the best point guard in the league. Steph again. And then the first game, Steph Curry crossed him up, laid the ball up, and then shot a three right in his face. And I was all like, yep. Steph Curry got it this year. Ain't gonna have it for the next few years as long as he is healthy. This is I'm sorry to say for you LeBron fans, as I've said on a previous podcast, LeBron only has about 2 to 4 more years left because he's at that age where Kobe started breaking down and MJ started breaking down 33. He's about to turn 33. So you might as well get ready for the breakdown. It's already happening already before your eyes. You saw it because he wasn't doing chase down blocks. He wasn't really playing hard on the defensive end. You saw how tired he got and everything. This is not 30 or 31-year-old LeBron. This is 32-year-old LeBron. This is that LeBron that's had 8 straight years of finals and 14 years of NBA basketball. It wears on your body, even when you're built like a middle linebacker and tight end had a baby. It wears on you. Now
This
you're
coming
seeing it.
season be the last year for his contract too.
So and now there's already rumors that he's going to go to LA. So Cleveland, get ready for some heartbreak next year. He's leaving you. Maybe you can convince Carmelo Anthony to come and play with you. But like the hot takes as far as this is this. You can't be 3-5. And I like LeBron, and I said this on a previous podcast. He compares much more favorably to Magic than he does to Michael or Kobe, because Magic was, for lack of a better term until LeBron James, the best all-around player we've ever seen in the NBA, right? But now here comes LeBron James, and now he's the best all-around player in the NBA, right? Or he used to be, depending on your opinion, whatever. So he's the best all-around player, but he compares way more favorably to Magic than he does to Michael, because Magic also was a very, very good player, but he didn't have it either as far as the killer instinct. He leaned on Kareem for that, But and I didn't watch Magic play, but I've seen the ESPN films that he leaned very heavily on Kareem. That when I say that, that's not a lie. Go check ESPN Classics or NBA TV, right? Now, LeBron James is a great player. He's won the 8 straight finals. He averaged a triple-double the last 2 finals. No one can take that away from him. It was his teammates that failed him. Kyrie Irving failed him. He didn't have it. Kevin Love was the ultimate failure. He didn't have it. Tristan Thompson, I guess he was banging Chloe and just forgot they had a game.
Kardashian curse.
I don't know. But Kyle Korver wasn't hitting threes. Deron Williams left his game back in their 2010. You just can't. They just didn't have Cleveland. Golden State had all the answers. As Matt said, they were a team built to destroy LeBron James. That's what they are, and they're gonna do it next year. I'm sure they're gonna add a piece next year too. I'm sure. Heck, if I was the Warriors, Blake Griffin is available. Like Blake Griffin. I don't know. Blake Griffin is available. Maybe they can make that work.
The
Can you
draft
imagine?
next week.
Can you imagine a Big Five?
The draft is next week. We about to hopefully we'll get new young players.
I know. I know that made Matt blow a gasket. Matt, you want to get in on that? Blake Griffin as a Warrior? I think Matt probably left us. Yeah, that'd be great. That would be great. What was I gonna say? All right. I mean, let's touch this from the Cleveland Cavalier perspective. It's all you.
um, they're done. Um, from what I hear, what I see that was posted, this coming season, I believe is the final year in LeBron's contract. So he'll be going 34 this time next year when the this coming season is over. And most players retire by 40, and that's 6 years from next year. So I think he's gonna leave Cleveland. So Cash fans need to get ready because he's leaving and he's not coming back. I think if the rumors are right, he's gonna go to the Lakers, help them out, and go retire off into the sunset. The Cavs are done. They're not a team. They're an organization that wears the same uniforms on the same court. Sure, they're out there playing, but they're not a team. They don't gel together. It's like ever since they brought this Kyle Korver dude to this team this year, the quality of their games has gone down. I don't know if it's Kyle Korver. I don't know if it's the Kardashian curse or whatever it is. But whatever it is, it cost them another finals. They've lost two to us in less than 5 years. It shows that they're not worth, you know, the time of day. Now, this coming season, the only competition I could see us having on our end is the Spurs. They're angry. Kawhi Leonard, he's going to come back. He's going to be well, and we're going to have to fight to keep our spot in the Western for a fourth year in a row. Um, Eastern Conference. Boston Celtics. I think if they get their shit together, I think they may be some type of competition. But these Cavs, their days are numbered. And I'm not talking about 5 or more years from now. I'm talking about no more than 5 years. I don't see the Cavs being a respected team for too much longer. I mean, they're already talking about LeBron leaving. Shumpert, he might be leaving, I hear. So they're going to have a team of people that don't know what they're doing. And hey, but everybody on the Warriors, they're young, fresh. Everybody got new contracts coming up or just started a new contract. So we'll be good. But them Cavs last night, they just gave up like midway through the second quarter. And by the time that halftime came, I just said, this game is done. It's over. And by the time the fourth quarter came, it was like a collision course. It was like they just couldn't keep up with the Warriors. It was done. I was very pleased and proud. I cried for 10 minutes. So happy. It was like our redemption year actually happened like I knew it would. But them Cavs, I feel bad for them. I know a few Cavs fans in my life, and they've been quiet today. I haven't talked to any of them. They they don't have much to say on social media. The Cavs fans, I know, they're quiet. They're talking about other things that aren't, basketball related because they're hurt, and I know. So I leave them alone.
I won't. I won't.
Y-
What do the Cavs have to do? Let me
You
tell you.
won't leave them alone.
Let me tell you. No, they won't let me state my facts.
You state your facts, and I'm gonna keep liking your statuses and state your facts because I agree. I agree with all of them.
My facts. I every time they try to tell me that you know the conference finals matter more than the finals and all this other stuff.
Blah blah blah.
I don't know what they smoking, man, but I need it. I don't need it. But no, the Cavs, we'll see what happens during the off season. I have a feeling that the Cavs will pick up somebody. I mean, it might be Carmelo Anthony, maybe in a trade. I don't know, but they're gonna do something.
What you think about the draft next week? I mean, what you think is gonna happen?
Well, I don't know, man. I know Lonzo Ball probably won't be a Laker. He'll probably end up being a Sixer. But you know, I really want excuse me. I really want the Lakers. I mean, the Sixers to do something. Make this the last year that they're in the lottery. Because they're trying to build the Warriors. I don't know. I hope it works out. But I don't know. Top three picks will probably be Fultz, Ball, and somebody else. I don't know. I'm not sure. But
I
as
think we
far as
make it one person, no more than two. I think we'll get.
uh, but as far as the Cavs, man, then we'll go to the draft and come back to the finals. The finals, like for the Cavs, they need a deeper bench. I feel like I say this every year about the Cavs. They need a deeper bench. Uh, excuse the dogs in the background. Uh, I have two dogs. A
That's
couple
cool.
back at me that always I follow my alarm system, so they always let me know in their own special way that something's back there in the alley. So ignore that if you hear that in the background. But anyway, as far as the Cavs, they need to do something. Probably get a Carmelo Anthony or get a Blake Griffin or something. I don't know if they'll get Blake Griffin or not. Probably won't. But they need somebody that can play the small forward, the power forward, maybe get a defensive specialist. They need somebody. They need to start thinking about how they're gonna stop Kevin Durant. Get a better point guard.
The Ranchula.
Somebody who can stop Steph Curry. Because right now, as far as beating the Warriors, you gotta you gotta have somebody who can D up Steph Curry and can D up uh, Kevin Durant. Because you really only have two. I mean, you have four players that you need to worry about for the Warriors, but Draymond Green, he's more of an all-around player than he is a offensive threat. Klay Thompson, he's good too, but for you really only have Steph Curry and Kevin Durant to worry about. Really, the only team that's built to do that, and probably will be even more of a super team than they already are, would be the Spurs, especially if the rumors are true and they wind up adding Chris Paul. Because now Chris Paul is ring chasing. So,
Yeah, we're
and
going to
there's
fight for our
nothing wrong with
spot. Like, I think we're gonna hold on
it.
for. I think we're gonna hold on for a fourth year in a row, as far as holding that
Mhm.
spot, top seed in the West. But these Spurs, they're angry as a result of what happened this playoffs with us running through them. They didn't win not one game against us, and they're coming back angry, and we're gonna have to hold our spot.
Right. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You're the Spurs, you're the Cavaliers, you're chasing the Warriors. Get Chris Paul. That's what you got to do, you know? And
Hmm.
that's what you got to do. Go get Chris Paul. And for the Cavaliers, if it's Trey Love or Kyrie, if not both, to get Carmelo or Carmelo or Chris Paul, maybe. You got to do what you got to do, man. D Wade may be available. Maybe he could be a ringer off the bench. Because I love D Wade. He's at the point now. He's in the Kobe lane where he probably has another year or two left in him before it's time for him to go. Love D Wade, one of my favorite players of this era. The superstar before there was a superstar. And there's a bunch going on with that. They need to do something. Maybe they'll get. Nah, they're not going to get Paul George. Let me stop with that lie. uh, there's a lot going on for the Cavs. The Cavs need to add another piece and add a bench. The Warriors, they just need another ringer off the bench. They need to have a deeper bench, and McCall really showed up. I was really surprised at Patrick McCall. Matter of fact, let's give an MVP to Patrick McCall, who with that game getting really close, he pulled up, he hustled, he got that layup, went in with facing LeBron James and Kevin Love, and still got the layup. Let's shout out to Patrick McCall, the dude from Missouri. Shouts out to him. Shouts out to Kyrie. Even though he had off games, he still showed up when it mattered. But shouts out to the Warriors, you're champs. I don't.
Redemption year.
As far as the hot takes, I mean, Steph Curry, man. Steph Curry this next year, it has to be the year of Curry. Because a lot of people are saying that, now it's Kevin Durant's team. He's in that D Wade lane when D Wade was with the Heat and you knew whose team it was. But the media and the critics just needed some reminder next year. But I think the Warriors are going to go back to back, right? So, but I think
that's what I'm thinking.
The Warriors go this coming year. The Warriors go. If the Warriors go back to back, it's going to be the year Curry's going to carry it. Kevin Durant will be in that lane of doing a lot, but it'll be Curry that leads them. I think next year is Curry's year, but he enjoyed letting Kevin Durant get his one, and now it's time for Curry to get his third and get his first Finals MVP. That's what I think. I think that's what's gonna happen. And I think the Sixers.
I think the first day of preseason starts on October 5th. I went online to look at it. I think we host the opening day because we the champions, but they got it listed for October 5th, I believe, for preseason start. The regular season start October 20th, I believe. So it's coming.
But anyway, y'all have to be ready, man. It's not. It's about that time. We're in a 2-team league. That's what we're in now. So these people gonna have to get with the times or be left behind.
I love that thing.
As far as the draft, I mean, outside of the number one pick, which will be Markelle Fultz, and now there are rumors that the Lakers might not draft Lonzo Ball because Magic. I don't think Magic Johnson wants those problems with his dad. So, I think by default the Sixers may end up taking Lonzo Ball. I really don't want that to happen but actually, Philadelphia might be the best place for him because we don't take those stuff from somebody that's going to come in here and say, my son is the best 76er to ever lace him up. We'll be all like, there's a guy called Dr. J. There's a guy, Allen Iverson. And there's a GOAT, and there's a Philadelphia basketball GOAT before there was any of them called Wilt Chamberlain.
Rest in peace, Will.
Get out of here with that. But, that's what I think. As far as the rest of that, it is what it is. Draft needs to be in Philly. Screw New York. But
you don't like the Barclays Center?
The draft needs to be in Philly. Screw New York.
You don't like the Barclays Center?
Nah. Everything needs to be in Philly from now on.
Well, we just hosted the NFL draft, so
Now we need the NBA draft.
You trying to get all the money you can for the city, ain't you?
Listen, you want that be on Facebook advertising for the schools? You get more drafts, you get more money.
Yep.
Listen, NBA draft, NFL draft, MLB draft, every major draft. We just need it.
He wants all the drafts. Just give them all to him.
All the drafts. But yeah, you go ahead. What's your draft take? Then we'll get back to these finals.
um, I think we're gonna get no more than 2 people. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna, so to speak, spoil us in the draft. I think we're gonna get no more than 2 people. They're gonna be young. They're gonna bring what they can to the table, but Cavs, they need help. But I don't want them to get help, but they do need help. um, the Celtics, they need somebody to back up Carmelo Anthony if he chooses to remain on the team. Them Spurs, they don't need nobody. they good. And the rest of the league, the other 26 teams, they can take whatever they want. Yeah.
Now we gotta be unbiased here. We gotta turn out. We gotta take our Sixers and Warriors fandom away. We gotta stop repping Philadelphia's team. Oh yeah, for those of you that don't know, and to my Philadelphia fans that say why anybody from Philadelphia cheer on the Warriors, you don't know your history. The Warriors were our team.
Philadelphia Warriors.
The Warriors were our team before they moved to Golden State. Before there was a 76ers, and the 76ers were the Buffalo Braves. Check your history. That we need. I need my 2 teams to get help. So if that help is Lonzo Ball, which I hope it isn't, but I really shouldn't hate on somebody because of their dad. There's a lot of people with crazy dads. He needs to. The Sixers need a piece. They definitely need a piece, a point guard or a shooting guard. And the Warriors, they need another big man. That's what they need. They need another defensive specialist too, but they'll probably get that in free agency. But being unbiased here, it's gonna be great. The draft is great. That's how you build the Warriors, man. That's how the Warriors were built.
Mm-hmm. Steph Curry 8 years ago.
As far as the Cavaliers, that's how they got their main star, Kyrie Irving. So that's how you build teams now through the draft. That's how the Warriors were built. That's how the Seahawks were built, and that's how the Raiders were built. There's a lot of teams in different leagues that built through the draft. So that's why the draft's so important. As far as the Warriors, I don't know what they'll get. I know what the Sixers need. I really don't know what the Warriors need. But, everybody needs to get what they need. And
I think we need another point guard.
It's going to be a long wait until October. I know that.
I think we need another point guard.
Yeah. But I'm just saying it's going to be a long wait until October.
I mean, preseason starts on October 5th from what I saw online. So it's July next month. So that's not too far away.
Yeah, and then we have to go through unimportant football. I'm sorry to you football fans, but football is so unimportant until November and December. Like September and October is just the filling out. And that's in both college football and regular football. Everybody's all like, football is the greatest. I mean, let's be real about football. College and the NFL. Like, there's really only 4 teams that actually have a chance. It's the Patriots and everybody else, literally. It is the Patriots and everybody else. I love my Eagles. I love my Raiders, but let's be real. It literally is the Patriots and then fill in random NFC team. Like, I'm interested to see if the Falcons will come back this year. I don't think they will.
I think the Giants are going to take the NFC East.
I doubt that.
Everybody's saying, like, literally everyone I know is saying that the Giants are going to take the NFC East.
That's not going to happen.
But we don't know because they ain't start yet. But that's what people are saying.
But let's be real. Football is so unimportant until November, December. Like Thanksgiving is when football like really starts picking it up. That's when you got playoff teams. When there's like the last month and a half of the season. That's when the stuff really matters. People be lying when they say football matters Labor Day on. No, it don't. I mean, college football has the system down better than the NFL. And this is supposed to be the basketball show, but we're on here, so might as well say it. College football got the system down. College football, it matters if you win or lose. Please make it to the playoffs. It don't matter because 8 teams gonna make it regardless. So you have that. And 8 teams gonna make it regardless of what happens. But you have if you have in college football, they're all like, oh, it's only 4 teams. So which I hate saying it, but is way more important as far as the season. Get out of here, Chris. Go ahead, Amina.
um, it's gonna be different this football season. I mean, a whole lot of people are gonna not so much, make noise, I guess, because of the Colin Kaepernick factor. People are gonna be quiet this year, and the Falcons, they're gonna play, but they kind of literally embarrassed themselves back in February. Um, I can only see a certain few teams making it this coming year. Um, Cowboys, Tony Romo gone. Cowboys are trash now. It's like, um, I just, football season could be different. I mean, I'm being called a Negro by someone on Facebook today. Not on my page, but he commented on his page, wrote a status about black people. He's black too, but black people watching the NFL, and Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a team that he's on currently. And my thing is, I'm a Raiders fan. Colin Kaepernick has never played for the Raiders. Why would I punish my entire innocent team for the actions that a former player on the 49ers made? I love Colin Kaepernick. I support him. I'm with his movements. Anything he does, I'm like amazed by it. But at the end of the day, the league did not do to him what he chose to do. He chose to make a stand, and he should have. I don't know if he was or what or not, but he should have been prepared for the consequences of doing that. That's not popular in the NFL to do something like that. I'm not about to sit here and boycott the NFL because of one player that's basically either going to get signed somewhere or have to retire early. I feel as though I could support him, love him, admire him, and enjoy my team. Why do people feel the need to have to boycott an entire organization, punish all the players on every single team because of this situation? I don't think it makes sense. I mean, some people feel as though they won't be watching football this season coming because of it. So many black people I know. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, and especially for the new players coming to the teams from the draft and elsewhere, you're going to punish fresh new players that's on teams for something that occurred when he wasn't even in the NFL this previous season? I don't think so. Not happy. I will be rooting for my Raiders and loving them like I do every year. So
Now, I let me bring some realness to this argument, right? Y'all people, you people who I know and Amina know who are planning on boycotting the NFL. Let me help y'all out. Let me show you how you can really hurt them. Listen, your team isn't playing. Don't watch football.
right.
So listen, like I support the Eagles, and some stupid commentator on the NFL Network tried to put us into this Colin Kaepernick thing to say, "Well, the Eagles, excuse me, the Eagles should go get Colin Kaepernick." Okay, listen, y'all. The Eagles would have gotten Colin Kaepernick because our owner doesn't care. Our owner brought back Michael Vick like as soon as he straight out of Compton, as soon as he came like straight out of Virginia jail for fighting dogs. Like our owner did that. But if our owner had a spot for him, I promise you he'd be in Philadelphia right now and we would welcome him. Like I would get I don't have no jersey, NFL jersey, I have an shirt, but that'd be the first jersey I'd buy for the NFL team. It would be my team and be his number 7. But the Eagles have Carson Wentz. That is the franchise quarterback. Just like Amina's team has Derek Carr. Our teams have 2 quarterbacks. Don't put us into your argument where it comes to
Thank you.
NFL. Let me help y'all out. Check your history. So if you are a black person and you live in let's see, Jacksonville, Florida, Miami, New York, Buffalo. Let's see, San Diego. Places where you actually need a quarterback. Pittsburgh. Places where you actually need like a good backup quarterback. Then yeah. You definitely do need to get a quarterback. But if you're not one of those teams who I just mentioned, whose teams need a quarterback, you're good. Don't boycott your team. If your team's not on, don't watch the games. It's very simple. You don't watch the games at your team. That's what I do. I only watch the Eagles games, and then I look at the next game after it, if there is a next game after it, and I don't really care because like football is football to me. I'm gonna cover football regardless. And if you don't want to give the NFL a rating, then don't watch the games that your team isn't on. So that is what it is. Like don't watch when your team is not on. Like it's very, very simple. It's a very simple thing, and I never understand why people like make such stupid.
It doesn't make any sense. It's like the scenario in elementary school or middle school. One child does something bad in the class, and the whole class has to be punished for the actions of that child. When the rest of the class was good.
Yo, I hated that in high school. I hated it.
It's the same scenario with Colin Kaepernick right now. It's the same scenario.
I hated that. I had to suffer for the dumbness of the idiot.
Everybody got to get punished because of something that happened. It doesn't make sense.
Matt's back. Matt, go ahead and go in on those LeBron loving fools. Go ahead, man. We're on the NFL.
You missed it.
let me school y'all something. Let me school y'all something real quick. First of all,
Hold up, hold up. Oh yeah, let me turn you up. All right, go ahead.
now let me tell you something. First of all, I'm sorry to say this. LeBron James is not the greatest of all time.
Yes.
Stop comparing him to Michael Jordan. Stop
Thank
comparing him
you.
to Magic Johnson, to
Thank
Larry
you.
Bird, to
Thank you.
Oscar Robertson, to Wilt Chamberlain, even to the great Bill Russell. Okay, Bill Russell. I mean, hold on. Let's get something real clear. Real clear. Okay. Number one, it is impressive that this man went to 8 straight NBA Finals appearances. But, however, he's only won 3 of them.
Three of
3 of
them.
them. Now, that man left Cleveland to how can I put this in a very astute way, taking his talents to South Beach because that man could not beat Boston. He could not beat Paul Pierce. He could not beat Kevin Garnett. He couldn't beat Ray Allen. He couldn't beat Boston. As much as I hate the Boston Celtics, personally, he couldn't beat Boston. So what do? He and Chris Bosh and others went to what's that place called? Miami. Now, and here we are, we're talking about super teams and super this and super that, and it's diluted in the NBA. Excuse me, Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson were all drafted by Golden State, correct? And didn't they win the title the first time around, beating LeBron? And they lost because they was going after history, and they made history, and people forgot the fact that history was being made, but you made these history makers the villain because y'all want LeBron to win said title for Cleveland so bad. It makes everything so cute and hunky-dory. Well, guess what? Golden State did what they're supposed to do. Like I said in this podcast, time and time and time and time again, they did what they're supposed to do. They went and got a hired gun to get their title back, and look what happened. Now, y'all people criticize, rant, rage, bitch, moan, whatever about the fact that Kevin Durant, can't win the big one. He can't do this in OKC. This, that, and the third. Can't build around him. You know what? Nike did it perfectly. Nike did it right. Because you know why? It shut up every critic known to man. That man took over, literally, the finals. Literally. I'll give you game 3. Game 3, he stepped up. Game 1, he stepped up. Even game 5, he stepped up. That man scored at least 30 plus points a game. But yet, you're going to LeBron because how can I put this nicely? Average a triple-double a game? A triple-double. Oh, not as great, nice and dandy, but you did not win the hardware. You did not win the title. You did fail to win 4 games to win said title. I am not sorry that you lost. You had your chance to take over, and you didn't. You had your opportunity to put the pedal to the metal on game 5.
Not to cut you off back because I didn't want to pull of a game destroying rant, but I just want to say I just want to kill this argument and drop the mic right here. The Cavaliers were 3 games worse than they were last year, and what was the main difference this year?
Their defense.
Steph Curry. Healthy Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and really, really bad Cleveland defense.
Oh, you forgot.
Go ahead.
Oh, you forgot. Draymond Green wasn't suspended. You forgot about that part.
Oh yeah, no daddy Silver coming in to save LeBron.
So my thing is simply this: these people have to stop kissing LeBron's ass and look at this series for what it is. Golden State was clearly the better better team. Clearly the better team. I can't stress that enough. Even on paper, this team was better. From the eye test, this team was better. From a statistical standpoint, this team was better. And if people out there is going to sit here and boo love on Cleveland Cavaliers, let me tell you something. If y'all haven't figured this mess out yet, the Cleveland Indians were up 3-1. And guess what happened? In Cleveland, they blew a 3-1 lead in Cleveland to lose to the Cubs, who haven't won a title in 108 years. Okay? Guess who has the longest streak of... guess who has the longest drought in baseball? The Cleveland Indians. But that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter remains simple as this. I don't know if it's the juju in Cleveland. I don't know if it's just the Kardashians is pilfering among NBA players or
Kardashian curse.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the water of the Cuyahoga River, or I don't know. The fact of the matter, or the water of Cuyahoga County, I don't know. But the fact of the matter remains simply this: face facts. This team, the Golden State Warriors, were clearly the better team. And I'm sorry to say this. Even though LeBron James is the best player in the world right now, I will give him his credit and I'll give him his due. But he did not play like one in this series. He played like he was number 2 or 1A. Kevin Durant and Steph Curry did what they're supposed to do. And I'm sorry, LeBron James played like if he was 1A or number 3. I mean, Kyrie Irving got off. I mean, you expected that was going to happen. I mean, J.R. Smith. I mean, the man couldn't even miss. The man couldn't miss. But yet, the Cavaliers lost. And here it is on Twitter, Facebook, or any other social media ad here. I just want to, you want a sympathy thing for what? For what? So, even though I just had a feeling today, guess what? The tears has been one of the sweetest tears I've ever tasted in my entire life, because I know for a fact that this team was clearly better. Clearly better. If anyone got something to say, hit up my Twitter at SmallRedHorn. I'll take you up for it. And my number one sport is baseball, but I ain't that stupid. I saw what I saw. I saw what I saw. The Warriors were better. Jeez Louise.
Apparently, everybody in the world saw that except for people in Cleveland, online, some in Philly.
Because these people are Cavalier frauds. Fraudulent fans. I mean, geez, nowadays you got fans of players, not fans of teams. I mean, geez, don't get me wrong. My team is the Philadelphia 76ers, and yes, we stink. I admit that. My favorite player of all time was Allen Iverson. Growing up, it was Michael Jordan. But still, I was a Sixer fan growing up when I moved to Philly. Okay? The fact of the matter remains simply this. You cannot be blind on the fact that you fraudulent Cleveland Cavaliers, fraudulent, okay? Even these has to understand the Warriors better. Clearly better. In my humble opinion, they should have won 3 straight. But that's neither here nor there. I know this is conspiracy theory territory, but Tristan Thompson, stay off the Kardashian and walk away. Some chicks you just don't touch. Look at Kanye. He got to smile. I have never seen that man smile since he's been married. Never seen it. It's like you want that man to smile, you have to get like some chisel or something. It's a crack a smile. If he does crack a smile, his face might fall apart. I'm just saying.
Listen, man, listen. I know we got a whole week of Cleveland Cavaliers fans and LeBron and Kyrie fans being in their feelings. Matter of fact, they probably gonna be in their feelings for the rest of the month, and they're gonna be there as long as somebody says 3-5, right? So
Right.
I'm not ever gonna, and I'm gonna be the one. This is my open invitation to anybody, any of you LeBron fans. We have a podcast on Friday, 9 o'clock. Our our main crossover sports podcast. You can gladly come on in there, talk your sports, talk the stuff, talk shoot the crap with us. And because it's a great show, it's got the three of us on here. Trey isn't here because he had to work and he has school stuff to do. But all three of us will gladly. Well, I think Trey's more of a LeBron. Well, we're all LeBron fans, but
Let's see. Look, don't get me wrong.
Matt and I will gladly destroy you.
Look, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I will give that man all the credit in the world. Don't get me wrong. But my biggest criticism is he does not have the killer instinct. It's like this. I am more afraid of Kobe Bryant than LeBron James. More afraid. Because even though he may be up 10 and he's on the bench and you got to lead and we're up 10, here comes Kobe off the bench. Like, shoot. That's something. That's a one person you have to look over your shoulder and hope and pray they'll get off the bench. Because once he gets back on the court, you know it's over. And as much as the Lakers get on my nerves, that's the one of the few players in the NBA I can say, you know what? That's a man you gotta watch out for. That's somebody you gotta keep an eye on. That's somebody I need my best defender on that man because once he takes over, you can't stop him. Jordan, same thing. Bird, same thing. Magic, same thing. You can't stop him. And don't forget, and the list goes on. This goes on.
Listen. We got the same criticism. I don't know if you were on Kennan's page yesterday, but we all have the same criticism. I say he don't have the killer instinct. He doesn't have the killer instinct that a Jordan, that a Iverson, that a Magic, that a Kareem. He is a top 4 player. Don't get me wrong. This is why I say he compares much more favorably to Magic than he does to anybody else in the top 5 list right now, right? Because he does the all around stuff that Magic would do. But that's about it, right? LeBron James is a great player for this era. He is definitely 1A. You know, and you know
he's top 10 all time.
There's so much going on here, but to you Bron people, man, I don't listen. I like LeBron as much as the next guy. I don't idol worship him like some of y'all, but you know I'm not gonna sit here and defend his honor because some of y'all are worse than you know when everybody was saying that Peyton Manning wasn't as good as everybody said, as all the commentators say he was. That's how y'all sound. Y'all sound like Peyton Manning fans or Brett Favre fans, or what we kill the Fox Sports team every time the Cowboys game is on. You're like you guys are the Joe Bucks of fans. Y'all, it's like literally they can take it like LeBron James can take a crack in the middle of the court and y'all would call it greatness. Man, listen, LeBron James is a great player, but the one knock that most people can agree on is that he does not have the killer instinct. He doesn't have what it takes to take over games. I mean, he does. He sort of has it, but it seems like he's scared of like the final couple of minutes to take over. And listen, at Kyler W. Watson, Kyler William Watson on Facebook, come at me, bro. You can come on 9 o'clock on Friday EST. Come defend your man, and we will kindly hit you with facts. So don't come in here stating opinions. This is not the presidential election of the United States of Britain Take the picture. We would just let you see what you want. No. You gotta come with the facts, dog. And if you
Well,
come in here saying something like, Kevin Durant made a B move, dog. He did the same thing your man LeBron did. I said this on the previous podcast. Which one of y'all is gonna stay somewhere for 20 years? Stay somewhere for 9 years, 7 to 9 years, right? Don't get no. The farthest you get is an assistant manager position in your field or major, right? And that's it. You really gonna stay at that job? Where you can go to a job that'll develop you, and you could probably be manager of your department in the next 2 to 5 years? No, you leave. What's wrong with y'all? Mama Durant made this argument to Stephen A. Smith that he had no comeback for. So I'm gonna make the same argument here. Like, y'all need to stop with this acting like y'all wouldn't do the same thing if somebody came to you and said, "Yo, I'm telling you right now, all you gotta do is leave the current job that you have, and you can be the president of Microsoft." Who wouldn't trade for that job? Stop lying. I tell you right now, I leave the job to be the job that I have to be the president of Microsoft, getting that money and all that development, and technology that there is. It's the same thing Kevin Durant did, LeBron James before him, Kevin Garnett before that when he forced his way to Boston via trade. It's the same thing Ray Allen did when he went to Boston, then went to Miami. Ring chasing. Ring chasing is what we want. Listen, you LeBron fans, he got his 3 rings, right? But y'all would be so mad if he was like Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, Allen Iverson, were the only ring they got. John Stockton were the only rings they got were their Hall of Fame rings. Stop lying.
I'll give you this one. Think about this: when the Phillies were good, the Phillies went out and got really aggressive. They traded players to get better pitching. They got Roy Halladay, one of the best pitchers in baseball at the time. They went out and got traded Halladay to get Cliff Lee, and then got Cliff Lee back. Roy Oswalt, you already have Cole Hamels, and won 100 some odd games, best team in baseball, first time to ever reach 100 in franchise history. I'm using that. Or you can go as far as how the Chicago Cubs were built. It's just the same. It's the same, if not similar, makeup of what Boston at that time and the Warriors did. That's all they did. They had homegrown talent and they added a cast of players and veterans to get them over the hump. I remember when the first year Steve Kerr took over that team, everybody was saying that's Mark Jackson's team. Which, in my opinion, I kind of agree with it. But it took Steve Kerr to take it to a different level or a different place to where they could finally get to that over that hump and win now 2 out of 3 titles. So let's try this again. It's still homegrown talent. But yet Cleveland brought in Kevin Love from Timberwolves. I know you drafted Kyrie. The prodigal son then came back. Plus you had Korver, you had this, that. I forgot when and where Tristan Thompson was drafted. But let's try this again. You're telling me the fact that you're gonna go ahead and cry about what Durant did? This is the This is the NBA today. This is the way the NBA is operating right now. Do we like it? No, but that's business. The name of the game right now as during the offseason is business, and Golden State gave him the best dollar for his talent. And oh, by the way, Golden State.
Wait, you don't like it? You want to go back to why Jordan retired? I mean, let's be real. Here's another real hot take for those of you that are in your 20s and up. Not to cut you off, Matt, but back to the old days where it was where the owners had more power than the players and the owners controlled free agency. See, most people forget the reason Jordan retired twice or retired the first time was because he had an owner, which Matt will know very well, by the name of Jerry Reinsdorf.
He did both the Bulls and the Chicago White Sox.
Who hated him and Michael Jordan would butt heads because he would not make Mike the first $100 million player. Jerry Reinsdorf was a notoriously cheap owner. And you can blame people like Jerry Reinsdorf for the reason why players like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett, and all these other players have more freedom now because what it basically was back in the 90s was slavery. That's literally what it was, where they had no control over their free agency. And Michael Jordan would rather retired and played baseball in the minor leagues than make $20 million working for. And this is the truth, and Matt can attest to it. That cheapskate Jerry Reinsdorf.
You know what's funny? Jerry Reinsdorf, like I said, he owned the Bulls. He also, I think, was GM or ran the Chicago White Sox. And it's funny because he went to play baseball and played for the Birmingham Barons, which is AA Chicago White Sox. And his manager was Terry Francona. So, but of course he batted a 203. Batted 203 in baseball. But he made the point of the fact that free agency then wasn't free agency now. And so with that being said, players didn't have much of a say. Now players have a boatload of say, changed it, and also drove the cost of business.
So I understand. I'm going to stop cutting that off. I promise. But
No, I'm done with that one.
Just what I want to say is this. So when you hear people like Charles Barkley, Magic Johnson, and all these other purists like me who are for real purists that'll say, well, Larry Bird didn't join the Lakers. He couldn't join the Lakers. Want to know why? Because the gang owners control more of the pot for free agency than it is now. Right now, what it is the players like Matt said, thanks to LeBron James, thanks to Chris Paul, thanks to the people that this is the most powerful players association in NBA history, right? Everybody will say that. Matter of fact, the NFL and the MLB wishes they had as progressive of a commissioner. Everybody says the NBA has the most progressive commissioner and the most progressive owners out of all the major sports leagues. Want to know why that is? Because greats like Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Larry Bird, Magic, Kareem, all struggled. You want to know why Kareem ended his career in Milwaukee rather than the Lakers? Because the owners decided they beat him up so much, so they traded him to Milwaukee. That's what happened. That's back when the owners had more say than they do now.
Actually, he was drafted by Milwaukee. He was drafted by Milwaukee.
I'm sorry. But you want to know why people end up in different places than they did now? It's because the owners had a lot more say than they do now. Most people want that back. No, I don't want that back. I don't want to lose out on greats like Steph Curry and the rest of them because they'll have owners with more power than they need. See, the NBA strikes a very good balance. It's a balance out which the NFL struck too, which is give the players the freedom, take the freedom away from the owners. And this is something that could especially be applied to the NFL since their players have such a short life expectancy in comparison to basketball, baseball, and even hockey players.
However, you have to give baseball credit. Baseball has no salary cap. Baseball is built on depends on the market. Now you know your top five. You know your top five markets: New York, LA, Chicago, Philadelphia, and I think Boston. In terms of market, you can throw Houston, and Phoenix in there too. But those are your big five markets, and they can spend big money because of their market. Bottom line, you even this players now in baseball is making 9 figures right now, 9 figures, and they've been doing this for what 10 years now. First person to get a 9 figure salary is A-Rod. 10 years, $252 million with the Texas Rangers, which is based in Dallas, suburban Dallas. And now you're seeing 100, $300 million contracts now. I mean, Albert Pujols is got a record deal from the Angels, and baseball is the type of game to where as though you get paid based on your past performance. You can say, "Oh, you hit 3 home runs. Oh, okay. Here's 6 years, $40 million." That's baseball. And the one thing, here's the one thing baseball learned, and he learned this the hard way, was the 1994 strike. Baseball lost a lot of fans that way because of that strike. And it was because of those, like I said, it goes back to the owners. They want more of the pie. They wanted more control. And free agency was one of them. They wanted the salary cap and everything. That's where that 94 strike came from. And since then, you have never heard any labor problems. You have never heard even if you've heard anything about a collective bargaining agreement, which is on the hush, which that collective bargaining agreement was redone early last year, which says there's no more. Oh, by the way, there's no more winner takes all Star game. You don't hear anything much about this collective bargaining agreement because they don't want another 94 strike, which killed baseball and drove away a lot of fans. Which baseball in itself is a very innocent sport, unfortunately. So that strike pretty much gave way to free agency. And look, you can go to any but of course in baseball there's rules and restrictions. But after a certain amount of service time, I think 7 years of service time, you're no longer doing arbitration. You can avoid arbitration, but once you have a certain amount of time, you're up to the highest bidder, and that's how it goes. Generally in baseball, and particularly across sports. But like you said, the NBA is a very progressive league. In both on and off the court. It's unfortunate that the NFL and Roger Goodell pretty much is running it like a prison. Gary Bettman looks like of the NHL looks like he don't know what the hell he's doing, and they got Rob Manfred who pretty much is new to the job. So to me with Manfred, it pretty much we don't know yet. But before him was Bud Selig. He was a dope too. He was an idiot. But let me get off my soapbox. The fact of the matter remains simple. Free agency opened up sports business. That's what it boils down to. You want to get max dollar for your services, and a lot of the owners at the time wasn't willing to pay up.
Bottom line is this, as Matt said, it's a business, free agency, big business, and this is what it is, man. In basketball, see, this is how I know a lot of you that like the different things. You're either casual basketball watchers or basketball is your top sport. Because if you knew anything about the history of basketball, you would know this is not the first super team that came from the state of California. You know, I made this point on previous podcasts. You know, the reason why there are so many people that crave for if you're one of those people, whether you're in your 20s or you're younger and you got older parents and they tell you about the good old days of basketball where there was the Celtics and Lakers, well, guess what, idiots? Sorry to call y'all idiots, but
no, you're right.
You're in that time again. This is what it was, you know, where it was literally two top teams. Two teams that could make it if the top teams ever split their game, and you had that this year. And probably the next few years with the Spurs and the Celtics being the teams on the rise, because you know the Spurs are never really down. I want to tell y'all that the Spurs about to get Chris Paul and form their first super team since they had David Robinson and Tim Duncan, right, as their dynamic duo, and especially if they get Chris Paul. So listen, y'all don't know. This is what it is. There's always been two super teams and then everybody else in basketball. What did you think the Lakers and the Celtics were back in the day? What did you think Jordan's Bulls were back in the day? What did you think Isaiah Thomas's Detroit Pistons were back in the day? Heck, what did you think? Excuse me. What did you think those 2004 Detroit Pistons were? What did you think those Kobe and Shaq Lakers were? Like, you don't know basketball. You really don't. And I promise you, you listen to this podcast and that has you feel in some type of way that I just said that, and you're a LeBron, an extreme LeBron fan, not you objective LeBron fans like Matt and I, please come on this show. But like I said, don't come on this show with your opinions. Come with facts. Come with the facts. Because we will slaughter you if you come in here without facts. Not realistically, but verbally we will. So please come here. We run a professional podcast. We don't disrespect each other. We don't do any of that. It's a fun podcast. Don't come in here acting like you know you're the end all be all when it comes to sports knowledge. None of us do. You know, Matt loves baseball. I love basketball. Trey loves all the sports. None of us come in here and we act like we're better than any of our counterparts. We respect each other's opinion. If you can't do that, don't come in here. We're not running a unprofessional podcast where you come in here, you start your podcast career like you're Sean Spicer calling everybody a liar and everybody's fake news. No, you're not gonna come in here like that. You're not. And if I have what you say?
You could have said Joe Buck, but that'll work.
Yeah, so we have to personally look at your Twitter, look at your Facebook, look at whatever you consider to be your thing to make sure you're respectable and you're not a troll. So be it. You know, we'll wrap it up because I'm starting to ramble. But you know, as I said, to not wrap this up, but to go to the discussion, the NFL out of everybody is the one that needs a strong player association, right? They don't really have.
They had one.
Huh?
They had one.
Oh no, I'm talking about a strong one like the MLB and the NBA. You know, because the NFL, I'm telling you, a lot of things are going to change. Because I know a lot of players. I don't know them personally, but I know a lot of players because I'm hearing rumors that they don't like the franchise tag. And you know what can solve the franchise tag? A strike. But, you know, a lot of people can't make it without their NFL. But I'm telling you right now, don't be surprised if in a couple years there's a strike. Because a lot of players hate the franchise tag, I'm telling you now. And that's going to be the reason why they go on strike if they ever do.
But anyway, back to the finals. That's for Friday.
I know. But what I'm saying was we were on the NFL before you came back, but yeah, we're on the finals. Go ahead.
I gotta say one more thing, and I'm done. Basically, this finals was entertaining. It was fun to watch. But clearly, Golden State was the better team. Clearly. And, you know, it would have been great if it was Cleveland would have did something, or at least had LeBron had a killer instinct to take over a game. Then it will make the series a little bit more interesting. But Golden State, those boys, they did what they're supposed to do. They did their job. And by doing their job, they won 4 out of 5. So you can't criticize or say much anything about this team because they did what they were supposed to do. Win the game, 4 games in particular, so Oakland can go home happy, celebrating, and not have knowing the fact that they won their 5th title, 3 in Oakland, 2 in Philadelphia. Which, by the way, for anyone that knows their Philadelphia history, Philadelphia sports history, how dare you? Yes, Oakland has two former Philadelphia franchises, the Athletics and the Warriors. Now, explain to me. I didn't root for Golden State on the fact that they used to be in Philadelphia. I'm a Sixers fan. But they're the better team. And I know they're the better team. Yes, I mean, it's clearly. But to have these nauseating LeBron fans who just want to love up on him all day long fail to understand the fact that this team, that Golden State was a better team, and Kevin Durant was out for blood. Point blank.
So the rap what Matt said, and Matt really politically corrected it up, but to say that in a very unpolitically correct way. If you weren't an idiot or you weren't blind, you knew that Golden State was the better team.
That wasn't politically correct. I was just speaking the truth.
Like for real. And as I said, we're looking for the number one LeBron fans, whatever Cleveland Cavalier fans. We're looking for you for Friday. You know, we want to see you. We know that you're out there on our Facebooks and on our Twitters because we've been having arguments with you since last night. Please come on. Please. This is an open shout out. The podcast is fun. We're not going to attack you, I promise. You know, we run a very clean, professional. I know I've said this many times, but Matt, Trey, and I, we run very clean podcasts, as you hear. We don't curse unless we're really angry. We don't try and
I try not to.
We try and have fun on this podcast. It's a fun podcast. You know, it's a small channel, but it's a fun podcast. Come on in. Like, you have nothing to be afraid of. I promise we won't treat you like Stephen A. Smith treats. We won't treat you aggressively. It won't turn into a Fox News interview where we're one way off camera and another way on camera. It's not gonna be anything like that. There's nothing fake about us, nothing fake about this podcast. I promise you, you will be safe. You will be in good, safe hands. We don't bite. We might verbally bite your head off, but we won't. We'll keep it strictly to the sports, right? So please come on. At Kyler W. Watson, at Little Bighorn, or what is it, Little Redhorn? What is
Small Redhorn.
Small Redhorn.
Yeah, small.
I think I might have been thinking of General Custer, Small Bighorn. But
dude, I play a small red trumpet. Come on.
But yeah. So, and at Clint and Trey is his name backwards. So his first name is Clarence. So that's where you can find him at. So just reverse Clarence backwards. That's his. Please just come in. We'll enjoy it. You know, Matt can wrap this up with his final thoughts after this, but you know we're going to be talking about Sessions. You know, Sessions testified today. We'll talk about that on Friday. It'll definitely be finals coverage. Some NFL, NCAA, depending on what's going on. Matt will have his MLB and NHL hot stove. Listen to that for him to go in on the Penguins. And Sidney Crosby and whatever's going on with the Phillies. It's going to be a hot show. In the meantime, like I said, I'm covering E3. So we will have an E3 show, I think, on Thursday. So that's coming up too. But yeah, so Matt, go ahead, go ahead. I mean, you threw the gauntlet down. Any final thoughts for the people that want to come in and challenge
Well,
us?
I'm not gonna call it a challenge. Let's put it this way: it is a great opportunity to present your form, present your facts and opinions in an open forum. Uh, to learn from different perspectives is very important, and I think if you have the time and opportunity, take advantage of it. Trust me, it'll be great. Also, as for both the NBA and Stanley Cup Finals, they were both entertaining to watch. More so hockey than basketball. But that's my opinion. Bottom line, the see to see Sidney Crosby win another Stanley Cup final drives me insane. But the fact that the game went 0-0 into the third period was entertaining enough. Unfortunately, Pittsburgh scored 2 goals and Nashville didn't. It is what it is. Hats off to Pittsburgh, though it sickens my stomach. As for Cleveland, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm sorry that you lost again, but hats off to Golden State. They did what they did. They did what they're supposed to do. They went and reloaded the gun, and by reloading the gun and reloading it right, they got another championship. So with that being said, anyone and everyone and their mom want to explain these finals and what they saw, you are more than welcome to do so, because I'm saying right now, different perspectives, more than welcome. More than welcome. But don't forget, if you want to sit here and try to defend LeBron James, you better come guns blazing. Guns up blazing. Because I'm ready to shoot now. Colin, I gotta get out of here.
All right. Well, we getting ready to go, but I want to say this before we go, and we're going to talk about the Stanley Cup more than just through Matt's NHL thing. But there's no other team that can complain about refereeing being the reason they lost the Nashville Predators, because they had 3 disallowed goals within the span of about a couple games, and that would have changed the series. But thank you all for listening. Thank you all for listening later. Like I said, open invitation, open forum for anyone that wants to come in and talk finals. On Friday at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Pacific for our West Coast fans. Peace out. Deuces.